Hello. So welcome to tonight's Friday Live at 5. First of all, just to say a massive thank you to everybody last week who remembered my birthday and made me feel special in lockdown. I had a number of people who turned up to the house socially distanced and popped a present or a card around. I had a few cakes, which I'm slowly working my way through. But ultimately, it was an absolutely lovely birthday. So thank you very much, everybody who remembered me and made my day an extra special one. So today, my live is about my evening skincare routine, plus a special ingredient which everybody should have in their skincare routine. So what I wanted to do was just set the scene right now. So obviously I've got my lounge wear on with my big baggy jumper just to make me feel kind of, ready for bed. I've got my big jogging bottoms on. So yeah, so I truly am ready, hair scraped back, just ready to go through this routine with you. So I hope that you enjoy it. If you have any questions at all, then obviously just pop them down as we go along. I'll do my best just to keep looking and answer them as and when I can. And if not, I shall just work through everything at the end and make sure that I have answered them later on, just so that you've got all the information that you need. So first of all, I'm going to talk to you just a little bit about the aging process, and that will hopefully help to set the scene as to why I use the products that I use. So as we get older, we start to lose collagen, and that starts to happen around about the age of 20. So we lose collagen, we lose elastin, we use hyaluronic acid, and what we actually find is that the bone structure around here also will start to just disappear a little bit, just disintegrate. And so if you imagine, that's like the scaffolding holding all of our skin up. So when all of those different processes occur, you just find that your face goes down south. So you start to get the little jowls, you start to get fine lines, wrinkles, you start to get the lines around the nose to mouth and from the mouth to the chin. So everything that we do within our skincare routine is all about trying to make sure that we actually replace the elements that have been lost with time. So that's just a little bit of background. And then obviously as I go through everything, hopefully it will just kind of sink into place why I do the different things that I do. The other thing that's important with regards to your skin is really healthy, youthful skin starts off being these really plump skin cells at the bottom of the epidermis. And as they, during a cycle, they start to rise towards the top and they get just that little bit flatter, and then they get thin, and then they die, and then they eventually will slough off. And when we're young, that process usually takes around about every 28 days. But as we get older, it slows right down. So what you find is that there's an accumulation of these dead skin cells on the top of the skin, which will make it look dull. It will make it look dehydrated. It will make the fine lines and wrinkles look worse. So anything that we can do to try and revert that turnover back to 28 days will ultimately just help to make the skin look more youthful. So again, when I go through my routine, hopefully that will just all kind of sink into place. So here goes. The first thing is I actually have makeup on right now, just a little bit of makeup. So I need to basically work to remove it. My cleanser will help to remove my makeup and it will do it very well. But because with Illumier we do not test on animals, it's not recommended for use around the eye. And I have previously used it around the eye area, but what I do find is if I get it into the eyes, it does sting a little bit. So it's not that you can't do it, it's just your choice if you wanted to do that. But what I have done is started using a new product just specifically for removing eye makeup, which is actually from the Body Shop. I have also used the Revitalash Micellar Water, just literally for the eye area. So that's the thing I'm going to do first. I wanted to also, just very quickly, just put myself really close up to the camera to just show you my eyelashes. So within my nighttime routine as well, I use a product called Revitalash, which has actually been proven to help to make the eyelashes grow. I started using it in lockdown purely because I never used to have eyelash extensions or anything like that. But I just wanted to try and get really nice, long, healthy eyelashes. And this product, I bought it in May. I'm still using it now. So it's supposed to only last 6 months, but it's lasted a hell of a long time. And it has done exactly that and given me really long, lengthy lashes, which I do have a little coating of mascara on right now, which is why I want to use that eye makeup to remove it off. So I'm just going to come really close to the camera. So if you can, obviously warts and all, so you can see how long my eyelashes are right now. And I'm really happy with that. So here goes. So the product that I am going to use to remove my eye makeup with is the Body Shop Chamomile. So I've just popped one little sort of squeeze of the bottle just on there. So I'm just going to concentrate on my eyes first, just simply to get rid of the eye makeup there. Hello everyone who's watching, thank you for tuning in. I'm going to get water absolutely everywhere shortly, but that shall be good fun. So you can see there, that's my eye makeup. That's exciting, isn't it? Coming off. And it isn't stinging. It's really, really nice, actually. Very, very effective, and it's not very expensive either. So I think there's a nice Body Shop rep in the area who has given this to me, who I can highly recommend. So I can pop her details down on, I need this for the mirror, down on at the end too. Okay, so that is my eye makeup off. She said, hang on, this is the funny bit where you just chuck that the other way. So the next product I use is my Illumier Hydra Boost Cleanser. So first at night time, I always use this just actually neat on my cotton pad. So all I do is just pop one squirt on there. And again, I'm just gonna wipe it around my face to mainly concentrate on taking my makeup off. So I'm gonna do the hard areas first. This is very brave of me, you know. And I do this just because it is has got argan oil in it, so it will actually help to remove the makeup. It will help to dissolve it, so it's very good at actually doing that, but I use it neat just if I have been wearing makeup. If I haven't been wearing makeup, then I will just use a little bit with some water, which you will see with my second cleanse in a moment. This is not the same as doing it in your bathroom. So this is going to be the funny bit now because of the water and the camera and trying to absolutely show you what I'm doing. So I'm just going to get some warm water and just basically wash it off my face. It's very nice of you, Sarah. I've always worn makeup, so that's my first cleanse. I've always worn makeup, but yes, since I've been using Illumier products, I can actually go without, and I went out on a socially distanced walk with one of my fantastic long-standing friends the other week, and you know, we took a little selfie, and she said to me, she said, well, you've got makeup on, and I actually hadn't got makeup on that day. I just had my sunscreen, so yes, I was really quite comfortable in my own skin. So I'm just using, I'm really fast when I do this, I'm sorry, just using nice circular motions just to basically rub that cleanser in. So again, a little bit of water just to get it off. So that's my second cleanse. Why do we, this is so funny, I'm not going to be using water after this. Why do we double cleanse? So the first cleanse is to obviously get rid of your makeup and any free radicals from the day, which actually are damaging to the skin and can accelerate the aging process. And the second cleanse is to truly cleanse the skin and actually prepare it ready for the stronger actives to make sure that they do penetrate to where we want them to go to. So that's why we double cleanse. I don't know if I've just lost my train of thought. Okay, so the reason I use that particular product is, for me, my skin has always been quite dehydrated, and the way that you can recognize dehydrated skin is often when you get out of the shower in the morning, you find that your face is really tight after you've had that shower, and later on in the day you find that as water comes out of the skin, it pulls the oils with it. So lots of people will actually say, oh, I've got oily skin, but when I question them more closely, you actually find that if the oil is after, say, midday, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and that's when they're experiencing it in this sort of area here, it actually is dehydrated skin that they're suffering with. So for me, I use Hydra Boost because I know it's got some fantastic ingredients in, argan oil, and it really is just going to help to seal that moisture in there. And as you can see, it's worked really well to take my makeup off as well, she says. Whee, that's the next one. Okay, so right, now what I'm going to do, now my face is nice and clean, that is when I use my Revitalash. So this is the product that I said I've actually had for over 6 months now. So I think it's about 8 months I've had it for. And all I do, I need to rely on coming close to you. So all I do is just apply a very small amount just across the base of my eyelashes. This is very hard to do into the camera here without a mirror. I'm going to just do a little bit more because I don't think it actually went in. So just across the base of the eyelashes there. And that just helps to stop them from falling out. So if they're not falling out, they will just get to a longer length. So I do that every single night. And the reason I do it there is my face is nice and clean, but also I've not got the moisturising products which may have gone onto my eyelashes. And so hence it will stop the active ingredient in that actually getting to work. Right, so I have cleansed. I now need to exfoliate. So the product that I choose next in my routine is the Bright and Clear solution. So I choose this, and I choose a chemical exfoliant because what I want to do is I want to make sure that those dead skin cells that have accumulated on the top of my surface of my skin are off, they're pulled away. And what this will do is it will break down the bonds between those dead skin cells and help to lift them off. So that in turn, the benefits for you, if you use this sort of product, you would find that your skin, instead of appearing dull, which as I said earlier on, helps to contribute towards fine lines and wrinkles, it will lift those dead skin cells off, which in turn will make it be more radiant. So it will be just that little bit more glowing. And even though I've cleansed my skin now, after I've used this particular product, you often find that the cotton pad will just be a little bit dull, a bit grey. And that to me is the dead skin cells coming away from the skin. So here you go. So it's a chemical exfoliant, so I'm just going to work on the harder parts of my face first, pressing hard. So not only is it going to be therefore mechanically exfoliating my skin, it's also going to be chemically exfoliating my skin. So the pressure is going to be pulling those dead skin cells off. So all where the hardy areas are, I'm going to be pressing that a little bit harder. And then as I go up my cheeks, I'm just going to reduce down the amount of pressure that I apply. So this product contains lactic acid and salicylic acid. I'm also going to do a little bit on my neck, and you can see my colours picking up. And that's just basically the acid ingredients in there just getting to work to do their job. And basically this, if I just didn't do any more of my routine, this redness will probably subside in about 5-10 minutes. It should be gone by the time I've finished everything. So there we go, that's the next cotton pad. And this doesn't normally take as long because I'm not normally gassing and telling everybody every little step that I'm doing. So I have exfoliated. So I do that actually in the morning and in the evening every single day. Once a week, I will add in a HA Renewal Serum. So this is also an exfoliant. And the reason I choose this one is it will just give my skin that extra boost of exfoliation once a week. Some people with sensitive skin, I only give them this one. I don't give them the previous step. So again, just one squirt of serum onto my finger. And this is a leave-on serum. So I will just rub it over my entire face. I'm not really looking to see if there's any questions coming up. Only the truth, thank you. Okay, so again, that has lactic acid 8%. So it is quite a stronger product. So you might question, well, if it's stronger, how can we be using it for sort of sensitive skinned people? But because it's only once a week, that's why they can then tolerate it just that little bit, and it's better, and it's making sure that they're still getting that exfoliation that you need. And again, that's a chemical exfoliant. So after I have done that, I will then decide, and this is the exciting bit now, I will decide which serums I would want to wear. So for me personally, at night, I'm just trying to think now ahead, at night I use 2 serums for my particular skin concerns, and really my skin concerns are just simply the aging process. I want to grow old gracefully. Who doesn't? Grow old gracefully, but also make the best of myself that I possibly can. So I want to try and use a serum that's going to actually help me with the aging process, try and help to minimise fine lines and wrinkles, also try and repair my barrier, keep my skin looking hydrated. And all of those things will actually help you to stop looking, in terms of fine lines and wrinkles, it will just help to reduce that. And so therefore your skin feels more plumped, it feels more nourished, and you do look younger, I think. Obviously I'm like 78 years old or something like that. I'm not really. Spot on, Sarah, good. Okay, so I have 2 serums that I use. So I've got the secret one that I'm going to reveal in a minute. And then I have this other one. I'm just going to put my hand over it now. So I don't know if anybody wants to actually answer my questions. Do they know which the secret serum is? So basically, this is the serum that I would be recommending to absolutely everyone. Every person should have this serum in their skincare routine, okay? So for me, because my skin isn't too sensitive, this is the serum that I would use next, because it can be quite I'm trying to think what the word is. Some people can sort of respond to it. And so if they respond to it with a little bit of tingling, a little bit of sensitivity, then they might actually just use this one first to be able to sort of just prepare their skin and just lessen the sort of potency of this going on until they're used to using it. And then they would put this serum on the skin first. So Right, so somebody thinks it's retinol. Should we actually reveal? Anyone else think it's retinol? Oh, somebody thinks it's Ultimate Boost. So there we go. So I'm going to do it now. So let's see who's right. So we've got 2 people. Oh, my sticker's stuck on there. I wasn't expecting it to stick on there. See, you notice that my Finesse Skin Clinic stickers as well. Well, that's great because the stickiness has gone over the actual words. Oh, hang on, let me get my nails into it. Don't work with children, animals and stickers that stick onto things. Right, there we go. So I don't know if you can see, it's probably backwards as well. So it is retinol resurfacing serum, okay? Oh, somebody's changed their mind. Good girl. I knew you knew the answer. Okay, so for me, because my skin isn't too sensitive, I use retinol next in my routine as my amazing serum. This product, I'm going to explain to you the reason why I chose it. So I chose it because I want to reduce fine lines and wrinkles. I want to grow old gracefully. 2 years ago, I had uneven skin tone. I had little bits of pigmentation on my skin. I had fine lines around the eyes. I've still got fine lines around the eyes, but I don't think they're quite so bad. So I chose this product because I know that it has been proven to help to reverse the signs of aging, and it really does do what it says. So if you have any pigmentation concerns, if you have any acne, if you have fine lines, wrinkles, uneven skin tone, this product is suitable for you. That's if you want to do something about it, but it is absolutely amazing for so many different skin concerns, but it needs to be treated with respect. Right, so somebody's asked me a question, which is how often do you use it? So hold on to that thought and I'll come back to it in a moment. So this product needs to be treated with respect. So basically there are lots of different retinol products out there on the market. And I have actually spoken to 2 ladies recently with a skincare consultation that have purchased products themselves off the shelf, you know, in terms of from Boots or somewhere like that. And they have both experienced some form of sensitivity reaction. I feel that you need to be sort of given that knowledge. You need to be sharing this experience with a skincare professional like myself to be able to hold your hand and basically help you to know exactly what you need to do with these products. So with the 2 ladies, the one lady had been using the product twice a day, morning and night time. And if anybody already knows, retinol is a nighttime only product because it reacts with the sunlight. So it reacts with the sunlight and it causes sensitivity. So what you would experience is kind of like a sort of a little bit like a sunburn reaction, a bit of an eczema type reaction, but it doesn't mean that you're allergic to the product. It just means you're using it incorrectly. And the other lady had started to get redness and sensitivity all over her face. And again, for her, it was because she'd used too much of the product and she'd used it too soon after the last application. So what we need to do is just make sure that we add this product into our routine gradually so that our skin can actually get used to it doing its job. So what does it do? So basically what retinol will do is it will give you an exfoliation again, but from the bottom of the skin upwards. So the chemical exfoliants and mechanical exfoliants rub the dead skin cells away or take the dead skin cells away. This encourages healthy new skin cells from the bottom, and it encourages that turnover process to become a little bit quicker. So if we go back to what I originally explained at the start, anything that will help us with our skin concerns, so anything that actually gets that skin cell turnover back to 28 days will help with pigmentation, will help with aging, fine lines and wrinkles, will help with acne. And so that's what this product is doing. But if we use too much of it too soon, you find that that process is going too fast, and so it presents as redness, irritation, soreness, dryness, and so on. But it's not that you're allergic to the product, it just means you've not used it quite as you should. And you just need to step back until the skin calms back down again and then gradually reintroduce it. So we have 3 different strengths of retinol, so hopefully this answers one of the questions there. We have a low strength, which I reserve for people with sensitive skin. We have a 0, which is 0.25%. We have a 0.5%, which is the standard sort of dose that you would start people on at. And then we have a 1%, which is generally suitable for people to work up to, or for people who perhaps have got really quite tough skin. Maybe they have been sun worshippers in their past, so their skin isn't quite so sensitive to the elements and so on. But I generally would start people off on a 0.5% strength and gradually add, work their way up to the 1%. So going back to the other question, how often do you use it? So usually I would suggest to people, just use it once a week for the first week. So start off, for instance, on a Saturday. and just wait. Do not use it. No matter how tempted you are to try it again midweek because you've not had any sensitivity, don't. Wait for the full week. Once you get to that following Saturday, apply it again and then wait again. After about day 5, if you've had no sensitivity, then maybe use it on day 5. So for the first week, you'd just be using it once a week. The second week, maybe you would use it twice a week for 2 weeks. And then the third week, you'd probably use it 3 times a week for 3 weeks, and so on until you can get to maybe every other night. The ultimate goal would be to get to be able to use it every single night of the week. So that's kind of telling you how we need to treat it with respect, because if we don't, those are the sort of, that's the way that our skin can present. So in terms of dryness, sensitivity, a little bit of redness, a bit of tingling, it feels quite itchy, quite burny, and that's just because you've used too much, too soon, or you've been out in the sun and not worn sunscreen the next day and you've not washed the product off. So hopefully that's kind of explained why we need to be cautious with this particular product, but it is amazing. Don't just buy any retinol out there on the market. Just make sure you know what you are getting. So for instance, again, I'm talking about Boots a lot today. Sorry, Boots. Boots have one on the market called Retinol 1.5% Complex. It is not Retinol 1.5%. You cannot buy Retinol 1.5% over the counter. It is Retinol 0.2% if you actually look at the small print. And what they've done is, because it says retinol complex, they've actually mixed it with something else, and that's actually what's then diluted it down. There's also other brands, Beauty Pie, The Ordinary, and so on, and they say retinol 3%, retinol 5% in a granular solution. But again, it's a complex, it's been mixed. So it generally is 10% less. So it's or you move the decimal point. So basically a 5% one would be 0.5. And the next point to remember is that there's lots of different types of products which have all put underneath the umbrella of retinoids, but they're not actually retinol, which is what this is. So often the products in cosmetic products are retinol palmitate, which is a lot weaker. So again, it's going to take a lot longer to achieve the same effect as this kind of product would achieve. Does that make sense? I hope so. I'm the best advert for this. Thank you very much. Yeah. So for me personally, and if you look back on my social media, there's a picture I put to there just after Christmas, I think, and it was comparing me in November 2018 versus now, so December, January time, and my skin, you can see that the texture has changed. So I've still got pores because I've naturally got pores, but they're not as large as they were. In terms of fine lines and wrinkles, that's improved around my eye area. My overall skin feels plumper, and yeah, so just in terms of skin tone, pigmentation has gone, and I feel comfortable without makeup. I don't feel as though I need to put anything on to kind of blend my skin in to make it look or feel better, although I do choose to wear makeup. We're all very different, aren't we, with what we want to do. So that's retinol and why I use it. So the other serum that I use is Ultimate Boost Serum. So I usually pop this on after my retinol. I need to remember to put this on, don't I? Because I haven't done it yet. If somebody had extra sensitive skin, then they could swap it around. So they could use the Ultimate Boost first and then pop the retinol. Ideally, retinol, which is a vitamin, should be the first serum on the skin. So this is the product here. So I'm just going to pop out. It's a bit cloggy on the lid. So it was one, or should be one pump. So I'm not just going to put that straight on my face because that's a very concentrated amount of retinol. So first of all, I'm just going to rub it in amongst my fingers, all 5 of them, or how many? 8 plus 2 for the thumb. And again, you'll probably see my skin pick up in terms of a little bit of pinkness. Okay, notice I've avoided under my eyes and I've avoided my neck, because what I'm going to do is use a speciality product that is actually formulated for that area. So retinol eye gel, which is 0.1%, micro encapsulated, exactly the same benefits as the retinol serum that I've used on the face, but because it's for the eye areas, which is more delicate, you're just using a lower strength product there. Okay. And then finally, I've got, whoops, knocking everything over, my neck and deck cream, which again is a retinol based cream. So again, just one pea-sized amount. And I am going to, again, rub that into my fingers first before popping it onto my neck. So this is 0.25% with fruit acids as well. Now I struggle, even me, oh look, I'm putting it on my hands afterwards. Always make sure I put it on my hands because you've got to treat your hands too, haven't you? Even me, you know, having used skincare, good quality products for 2 years, I still struggle with my neck for applying retinol. So I generally use that now. I'm probably up to around about 3 times a week. So sort of almost every other night. I do struggle if I use it too much more than that. I do find that I get that red reaction that I've talked about. So I hope you're all okay with this so far, because it is actually quite a lengthy Facebook Live. So I hope that you're okay and enjoying it. Right, where am I? So I've done my speciality products. I now need to do my Ultimate Boost Serum. So that is my anti-aging serum. So the reason why I use this again is it has some fantastic peptides and ceramides in. And what they will do is just help to, those dead skin cells on the top of the skin, they will just help to repair the barrier. So they'll help to prevent water loss, and they'll also at the same time just help with the aging process as well. So I'm just going to pop that on my skin. Okay, so I mean at the moment my skin feels quite hydrated. So I may not need a moisturiser, so it just depends really, but with this cold weather at the moment I could consider doing that. So I have a choice of 2. So I either use HydraDew, which again is for normal to sort of dry, dehydrated skin. It's got shea butter in it, that's why I like it, and it just feels really, really smooth when you put it on the skin, and it will help to seal in all of the moisture and the products that you've just used too. If my skin is feeling very, very dry and dehydrated, then I would use my Recovery Balm, but I'm not going to use that today. So that's a post-procedure one as well. So if you've had a chemical peel, or, you know, just, I've used it with people with eczema, also people with, what am I trying to say, rosacea, and really sensitive skin. That product is excellent at just helping to bring the redness down, calm it down, just really soothe it. But today, I'm just going to, for the purpose of showing you this, I'm going to use my HydraDew. So again, just one pea-sized amount, 1 squirt, 1 pump. I'll just knock it, it's like dominoes. And I'm just going to pop that on my face. So that is my routine pretty much done. Any questions at all so far? So I'm glad, Debbie, that you feel that you wouldn't use anything else now that you use these products. Tell me a little bit more why. So why do you feel that the products are so good for you? And that's just useful for me, and I'll carry on just with the rest of my live, my presentation, whilst you just formulate a little answer for me. So obviously I've gone through my skincare routine. It is so important for people to use the right products for their skin type, and then obviously you then add in individual products according to your skin concern. Retinol, as I said, everybody can use retinol, even people with sensitive skin, as long as they're knowing what they're using, they're being supported, they're starting off on a lower strength one, and they're just gradually introducing it into their routine. But as we can see, retinol will help everybody. It will help people with acne. It will help people with open pores. If it's you that's got, you know, maybe little fine lines and wrinkles, and you're just thinking, you know, I really want to try and do something with that, then it's for you as well. Retinol is such a fantastic ingredient. It doesn't work overnight, so it is something, again, that if you imagine with your skin cell turnover, like I've just explained, if somebody has a youthful skin cell turnover, it takes 28 days to get from the bottom to the top. As we get older, that slows right down, and it could be as much as double. So it could be like 2 months that it could take to get from the bottom to the top. So what we're wanting with retinol is to try and increase, gradually get to every single night that we can use it. And then we're going to find that that skin cell turnover is going to increase and get back to 28 days. But that process in itself could take sort of 2-3 months. So it's not an instant product, but it is something that you will reap the rewards from, and you would absolutely thank me in months to come as to how good and how far your skin has come. And I think having a look back at that photo again that I popped on of myself on my social media, you can just see the absolute difference in my skin. And I have not looked back and not stopped using that product. Just seeing if there's any questions. So someone else has said, wouldn't use anything else, now I use the products. The products have changed my skin, whereas others have just made them feel soft and temporarily plumped. So, I mean, that's a fantastic comment. Lumiere is medical grade, and what that means is the FDA have given them that status because they will make a change to the structure and function of the skin. So most cosmetic products, which is exactly what you're saying, will just sit on the surface of the skin and they'll actually just make it feel nice, but they're actually doing anything. And what we want is we want to use proven ingredients at the right dose to actually get down to where we need it to go to. So maybe it's in a delivery system that gets it to that point of action to make that change to the structure and function of the skin. And I agree, Claire, your skin does look absolutely amazing too. How can you get the products in lockdown? Okay, so what happens is I need people to actually have a skincare consultation with me. Basically, the products are actives. As you can see, they are medical grade. So it's not something that I would, well, you're not allowed to actually purchase them without actually having had that consultation with a health professional first. And so what I do is just go through your existing routine. I look at what your skincare concerns are, what you would like to try and achieve, and then I make a full recommendation. And obviously it's a journey that just doesn't stop there. You would have a regular review, maybe every 4 weeks, possibly adding a different product in or a new product or changing things around a little bit. And that's where I come in. So yeah, so with regards to that skin consultation, just because we're in lockdown, I can still carry out an online video consultation with you. And yeah, I have products here where I am at home or at work, and I can offer free delivery locally, or they can actually be ordered for delivery direct to your door from the Lumiere website, which I can give you access to a code to be able to do that. So yes, if it is something that you're interested in, then please get in touch, and I'd love to be able to just take you through a consultation and help you on your way with your skincare journey. Another lady has just said, my skin has never felt better. I use retinol at night and Hydrodew and sunblock in the morning. As a Seymour, I'm too nervous to use the vitamin C I bought from you as I don't know when to actually use it. I'll get back in touch with you and we'll go through that again, Debbie. Vitamin C. So when I talk about the skincare products, other than retinol for nighttime is an absolute must. And then for the morning, vitamin C, if people can get that into their routine, our product is amazing. But again, it's not just any old vitamin C. You need to know what you're purchasing, because there's so many clever marketing tactics out there where you think you've got vitamin C, but actually you've got something that needs to be converted into the ultimate active ingredient. So again, it's not going to work in quite the same manner. And then sunscreen. So vitamin C, sunscreen, retinol, absolutely spot on. You've got such a fantastic routine, but we'll make sure we get you started on the vitamin C with a little bit more advice, Debbie. So I'll get back in touch with you. Anyone else with any questions? So as per usual, so you can see I've got my towel on me now and I've got my nice jogging bottoms just to chill. As per usual, if you're watching right now, if you could leave a number 1 for me, so I can see who's watching live. And if you pick up this video later, if you could just pop down a number 2, you know I like saying that, and then I can just see who's watching too. And please do get in touch. If you use the products, tell your friends about it, because obviously it helps me too. And I just love a good skincare journey. I love to see the befores and afters. So any other questions, let me know. I'm just hanging fire where a few ones go up there. And thank you so much for tuning in. Any suggestions for next week for a Friday live, then please get back in touch again. Another question, is it best to use the Bright and Clear with a pad? I've always used my hands. I saw you used a pad. So I've actually taught people both ways, Joe. So you can use it, if you use it in your hand, you're not really wasting anything, are you? Because you're using it in your hand and then you're just simply smearing it on the face. That will work. If you're using it in a cotton pad, effectively the cotton pad will drink some of that product, but you are probably a little bit firmer, so you're giving yourself a more of both a mechanical exfoliation from how firm you're being with the cotton pad, as well as the chemical exfoliation. So ultimately using it with a pad would be more effective. If you have sensitive skin, then just using it on your hands would probably be a better sort of option for you. Excellent. So thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you have a great Friday, great weekend, and I shall see you next Friday, unless I'm competing with Boris, and then I shall think of an alternative time. Thank you very much, guys. Take care. Bye.